when it's all said and done, Joel Embiid might line up with players like Will Chamberlain and Moses Malone as Hall of Fame players who have played for the 76ers. But the real question is he going to be on the 76er when on the 76ers when he becomes a Hall of Fame player? Right now, it is July 11th, 2020 here in this quarantine. I'm James Sims. And for this bit of the elite, I'm going to go into the Philadelphia 76ers center, Joel Embiid, what makes him elite and what really to look for from him in like the upcoming years and just like how good is he going to be. So if you're unaware of who Joel Embiid is, he's a 7 foot, 280 center out of Cameroon. Like I said, he barely picked up playing basketball when he was like 12 or 13, moved to America, went to high school in Florida, played a couple of years, good enough to where he was good enough to get recruited by Bill Self in Kansas. He played at Kansas for 1 year and in the 1 year that he was there, in the 28 games that he played, he started 20 of them. He averaged 23 minutes a game, averaging 11.2 points, 8 rebounds, 1.4 steals, 2.6 blocks, shooting 63% from the field. In his poor 40 minutes, that's 19 points and 14 rebounds. That's what he was doing per 40. Joel Embiid would finish the year being named to the second team All Big 12. He was the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. He was also named to the All Defensive Team and the All Newcomer Team. So that's the company Joel Embiid was in, and being in the 2014 draft with Jabari Parker and Andrew Wiggins, he was naturally picked third by the Philadelphia 76ers, and due to his stress fractures in his back, along with foot injuries, Joel Embiid did not play. He didn't play the first couple of years of his season of his career. He was drafted in 2014. He didn't play in the 2014-15 season or the 2015-16 season. He's been out most of those games. But the first season he did play in 2016-17, he did play 31 games. He averaged 25 minutes in those games, but he did average 20.2 points, 7.8 rebounds, and 2.5 blocks while shooting 46% from the field. He actually put himself in the running for some awards, but I mean, at the end of the day, they didn't. And because they did play 33 games, and the Sixers did finish with the 14th seed in the East, finishing 28-54, but that was his first full season. And the next season would be the year that Ben Simmons would play his first rookie would play in his rookie year. No, but he was named to the NBA All Rookie First Team in 2017 for playing in 31 games, which kind of showed how elite he was compared to his class. In his 2017-18 season, in the first full season that he played, not even completely full because he played 63 games, which is the second most he's played. In his age 23 season, he went on to average 23 points and 11 rebounds in 30 minutes per game, shooting 40% from the field, 30% from three. And no, he made his first All-Star game. He also made the All-NBA second team, and he was on the NBA All-Defensive second team as well. So, I mean, Joel Embiid was already solidifying himself as a top 10 player in the NBA in his second full season in the NBA. So this is not a man really to be overlooked. And in that season, the Sixers did finish with a 52-30 record. They finished third in the East. They ended up beating the Heat in the first round, and they lost to the Celtics in 5 in the conference semis, where in that season, Ben Simmons was named Rookie of the Year. In 2018-19, which was Joel Embiid's age 24 season, he played 64 games. He averaged 33 minutes, the most minutes he's ever averaged, and he averaged 27.5 points and 13.6 rebounds, 3.7 assists, and 1.9 blocks per game, while all in all shooting 48% from the field. And this is where Joel Embiid, once again, this is where he put his stamp on the league, became This is another time he earned All NBA honors. He was once again named to the All Defensive Second Team, the All NBA Second Team, and he was named an All-Star for the second consecutive time in his career. So this is, of course, Joel Embiid 2 seasons ago, but this is by the time he had his age 24 season. And this past season, he only played 44 games. He was still named an All-Star. He averaged 23.4 points. He averaged 11.8 rebounds, 3.1 assists, and 1.3 blocks, shooting 47% from the field. And the Sixers are a team. They're in playoff position as of right now with what Joel Embiid is doing with that team. And just the way that he's playing alongside Ben Simmons, Josh Richardson, Matisse Thybulle, Tobias Harris, Al Horford. I like the way he fits in on that team. And as of right now, I don't think the Sixers are really contenders, and they really could be in the future. But the real question comes down to whether Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are going to play together. I mentioned this in my Ben Simmons piece. I think with the way those two play, I think they would play better in different situations. And because Ben Simmons is younger and he does more with the ball, I believe Ben Simmons is going to be the one that the Sixers choose in the long run. And Joel Embiid's going to have to find a different team. But with what Joel Embiid has showed in his very short career is that he can be a Hall of Fame level center if he was actually given the right opportunity. And he can be the center, possibly even, if not the best player, the second best player on a championship level team. It just turns out he can do it on the Sixers. This team, even though they're a very good team with him on it, is not his best chance of winning a championship. But he's one of the few players in the NBA who's talented enough to really go to a handful of other teams and make them championship contenders. And that's what I think about Joel Embiid. But, I mean, there's definitely more to say. There's no point of really getting into the hypotheticals. Joel Embiid right now is 26 years old. He's already been an All-Star 3 times, and it looks as though his best years of basketball are still ahead of him. He still has yet to play a full season. We still have yet to see if he leaves the Philadelphia 76ers. He's a very entertaining individual person. He's very talented. And I feel as though he's in the midst of his era where he's kind of dominating and doing his own thing. He's a fun player to watch, and if you're a basketball fan, I imagine you respect him, especially right now with what he's done so far. And if you're not really that into him, I recommend watching Joel Embiid sometimes because he does talk that trash, but he can actually back it up on a basketball court. And out of all centers, I think Nikola Jokic is a better, more talented center, but Joel Embiid can probably take him both sides of the court for a full series. But with that, I appreciate you for listening to all 8 minutes of this. And if you really get a chance, peep my boy Joel Embiid. He's wearing 29 for the Philadelphia 76ers. And with that, I'm just going to sign off by saying I wish you all the best and peace out.